So let's talk about what causes Parkinson's. We're going to dive into some research from Johns Hopkins.
Right now in the US, about 1 million people are living with Parkinson's disease.
We know it's a progressive neurological disease, but what's the actual trigger?
Well, for most people, it's a total mystery. So let's play detective and look at the clues.
Okay, so it all kicks off in one very specific part of the brain. It's a spot called the Substantia Nigra. Think of it as the brain's dopamine factory.
And dopamine, it's a chemical messenger that helps control how your muscles move.
But with Parkinson's, those all-important cells start dying off way faster than they should. And get this, symptoms usually don't even show up until over half of those cells are already gone.
So, who's most at risk? Well, the evidence points to a couple of big factors.
Age is the #1 risk factor. And it turns out men are more likely to get it than women.
All right, next up, let's talk about the genetic connection. This is a huge piece of the puzzle.
But here's the thing. Only about 15% of cases are clearly genetic. The rest? The cause is a mystery. Still, having a parent or sibling with the disease does roughly double your personal risk.
And as Dr. Dawson says, genetics is really blowing the doors open on understanding this disease.
But if it's not just our genes, what else is going on? Let's look at the environment. Experts think it's probably a mix of things you're exposed to and your own personal genes.
So they're looking at things like pesticides, Agent Orange, heavy metals, stuff like that.
And what about head injuries? Well, we just don't know for sure if it's a direct cause.
Okay, so when you put all of these clues together, what have we got?
The big takeaway is there's no single simple toss. It's a really complex puzzle with lots of different pieces.
So, if genes load the gun and the environment pulls the trigger, where does research go from here?